everyone, welcome to another edition of InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. It's once again time for the latest from the IT and science world. Let's take a look at what we have coming up in the first part of our show. New research shows that a common yellow pigment found in produce like oranges, tangerines, and bell peppers can help reduce the risk of lung cancer in smokers. We'll have more on this in just a moment. And in other news, the Korea Research Institute of Chemical Technology opened a venue for science culture called Space C#. The C represents chemistry, carbon, creativity, convergence, change, and cosmos, while sharp and musical notation for raising the pitch symbolizes the raising of synergy created by science culture and chemistry research. Let's take a look at what we have in this first story right now. Here's Briefing Scope. The Korea Institute of Chemical Technology opened Space C#, a venue for promoting chemistry through science-related art exhibitions, education programs, and more. It will bring together entrepreneurs with a chemistry background, ordinary citizens, students, and artists. Researchers from Tufts University found a pigment found in many common produce like bell peppers, oranges, and squashes that can combat lung cancer. The beta-cryptoxanthine pigment counteracts one of the lesser-known abilities of nicotine, which is to accelerate the growth of lung tumors. The Ministry of Science, ICT, and Future Planning signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the UAE Space Agency on January 31st to cooperate on space projects for peaceful purposes. According to the ministry, the MOU will help Korean companies become more involved in the UAE industry. Now, on a different note, the Mediterranean diet is high in olive oil, unrefined cereals, fruits, and vegetables, and has been long known for its healthy benefits. With that said, new research shows that it can also help combat dementia by keeping the brain in good shape, even in old age. And turning to our next story, a lot of our communication nowadays is done by different messaging platforms. One extra fun factor of messaging is emoticons. Well, believe it or not, they are actually very effective in conveying certain emotions, but is it more effective than words? We have the answer to this next on Industry Inside.
Park Woo-young uses a messenger to send greetings to his friends and coworkers on every major holiday. His New Year's message included emoticons.
표현하기에 어려운 감정들이나 이런 것들을 이모티콘을 통해서 많이 사용했을 때 친구들이 실제로 재밌다고 하면 많이 뿌듯하고.
How do our brains react when we see emoticons, be they happy, sad, or funny? Researchers from Flinders University in Australia found that when a person sees an actual smiling person and an emoticon of a smiling face, the occipital temporal cortex of the brain reacted in the same manner. In other words, the brain reacted to emoticons as it would to the expressions of an actual person.
감정과 직관을 같이 담아서 보내기 때문에 때로는 이모티콘이 직접 감정을 말하는 것보다도 더 상대방에게 감정적인 걸 더 느끼게 해주는 경우도 있어요.
Japanese researchers conducted a similar experiment and found that emoticons activate the part of the brain that analyzes emotions. In certain situations, a single emoticon can trigger diverse emotions and even memories.
더 짧은 시간 동안에 함축적으로 보낼 수 있는 거죠. 과거의 메모리와 이런 것들이 완전 콘덴스 되어 있다 해서 이렇게 집약되어 있는.
About 10 million emoticons are sent per day in Korea. These colorful and expressive symbols are adding flair to what could be a staid conversation over the phone. A salad of fresh vegetables and organic cheese drizzled with olive oil. A simple fire-grilled fish with a splash of olive oil. These hassle-free, healthy dishes using olive oil make up a part of the Mediterranean diet, a UNESCO-designated intangible heritage.
The Mediterranean diet is mostly in the fresh ingredients. If you mix olive oil with fresh fish, fresh garden, fresh beans, you have exceptional result. and very good, very healthy for the body, the immune system, the arteries, the heart.
The Mediterranean diet uses more fruits, vegetables, and grains than meat, and research conducted by a team of British scientists show that the diet helps promote brain health. After following some 570-year-old seniors for 3 years, the researchers found that the rate of brain shrinkage in those who followed a Mediterranean diet was half the normal rate.
Brain atrophy also can signal the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. The Mediterranean diet might be preventative of, or at least delay the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's disease.
However, simply eating less meat and more olive oil will not give the same results. The researchers state that numerous factors, including the ingredients and the way they are cooked, must come together for the effect. A mini robotic vehicle starts moving when the switch is turned on. The driver, surprisingly, is none other than a male moth. The moth detects female sex pheromones and moves its legs toward the source, making the control ball roll in the same direction.
So the behavior is very, very simple. For example, the male sigmoths only respond to the female sex pheromone and never respond to the visual information.
The researchers used 7 different moths, which all drove the robotic vehicle toward the target. Such results were possible because of the moth's odor-sensitive antennae. By modifying the part of the brain responsible for the antennae, moths can be controlled to react to other scents, making them useful for detecting drugs or harmful gases. Until now, robots imitating insects could not be miniaturized beyond a certain point, limiting their applications and effectiveness. However, a live moth is responsible for a significant part of this robot, making it possible to implement new features.
곤충의 크기가 상대적으로 작고 그리고 발달하는 생장 속도가 빠르다 보니까 곤충을 키워서 그 본체를 이용하는 것은 로봇을 직접 만들어서 하는 것보다 가격이 훨씬 싸요.
Researchers state that if they can find a way to control a moth's brain, they will be able to develop a robot that can be controlled by a smaller insect, like a mosquito. The United Arab Emirates is one of the richest oil-producing nations in the world, and now the world's largest solar power plant is under construction there. The cost of generating power from solar energy has fallen by half over the past 2 years, thanks to advances in technology and infrastructure.
I think the prices coming down. We see in this last year prices, or the year before, it was 5.6 cents per kilowatt. Now last year price is the lowest worldwide. It was about 2.9 cents.
Using solar energy has also become more efficient. Only 20% of light could be converted to energy with silicon solar cells, but this figure has risen to 40%. This is on par with the efficiency of converting coal to power.
최대로 우리가 이제 활용한다고 가정을 했을 때 낼 수 있는 에너지가 제일 높습니다. 그래서 가령 이제 풍력이나 뭐 바이오매스에 비해서 거의 50배나 100배 이상 정도 더 에너지를 수급이 가능하고요.
Researchers are working on second-generation solar cells which can be used without any additional generator and can be applied to walls or windows. Although using solar energy is still more expensive than burning coal, in Korea, experts believe the tables will be turned in 10 years with the help of advancing technology.
With the rise in demand for renewable energy sources, solar energy seems like a great alternative as a clean and green source of power. Now, moving on to our next segment, are you a fan of animated films? Have you noticed how realistic the computer graphics have gotten over the years? Well, illustrators are still having difficulties expressing certain subjects like water, waves, typhoons, but mathematical equations have now made this a little easier. We'll find out more shortly, but let's first turn our attention to a medical story. There is currently no cure for dementia, but the search for an effective treatment is making progress. In fact, new research recently shows that medications for diabetes may help slow down the process of dementia and even help tackle cancer. Here's some more details on this coming up on Take a Peek.
There are currently 3.2 million adult diabetics in Korea. Diabetes is marked by high blood sugar levels over a long period of time, and people with diabetes also have a high chance of developing dementia. Insulin is the link between the two disorders. Cells generate energy from glucose, but if insulin does not function properly, brain cells break down due to a lack of glucose, leading to dementia. Experts say that diabetes medications can prevent cell breakdown.
뇌에 필요한 세포에 적절한 에너지 공급이 오히려 더 잘 되고요. 뇌에서 피가 통하는 혈류량의 확보가 보다 쉬워짐으로써 치매를 예방하거나 치매를 줄이는 데 도움이 될 수 있습니다.
Other studies show that diabetes medications can be effective in combating colorectal cancer and breast cancer. Insulin was found to not only control blood sugar levels, but also trigger cell growth. Cancer forms when there's an excess of insulin, leading to abnormal cell growth. Diabetes medications help deal with this insulin imbalance.
혈당은 잘 조절되게 하고 인슐린에 의한 비정상적인 성장 촉진 효과는 떨어뜨리니까 암이 줄어들거나 아니면 암이 예방될 수 있는 거죠.
Diabetes medications have long been approved for commercialization. Hence, developing diabetes medications as a treatment for cancer or dementia will cost significantly less and take less time compared to creating a new drug altogether. This is Moana, an animated feature-length movie that was in theaters earlier this year. One of the movie's highlights was the realistic portrayal of the sea, which is not an easy feat because the waves in particular are tricky to express in CG.
주변에 이렇게 위에 떠 있는 이제 물거품 같은 것들 그런 것들도 다 표현을 해야지 이제 실질적인 사실적인 물처럼 표현되는데 여러 기법들이 많이 들어가야 되기 때문에 유체 시뮬레이션은 굉장히 어려운 표현하기 어려운 부분 중에 하나라고 볼 수 있습니다.
Water illustrated through conventional methods have too little movement. However, giving it more dynamics will create visual blemishes. A professor in mathematics and other experts came together to overcome this shortcoming. The researchers created a new equation that can conserve the energy and momentum of each part of the body of water. As a result, natural expression of any state of water was possible, from calm to torrid.
APIC 기법을 사용해서 물 표현이 굉장히 자연스러워진 부분들도 있고 그분들의 숙련도가 많이 더해져서 굉장히 자연스러운 유체 표현이 가능했다고 저도 보고 있습니다.
Graphics technology is advancing rapidly with the help of mathematics, making the animated world as real as it can get.
I personally love animated films, and now I'm going to think about all the science behind the illustrations. Computer graphics are getting more high-tech by the day, and who knew that researchers use mathematical equations to show the movement of water? That is absolutely amazing. Now, this marks the end of today's show, but remember, we will be back again next week with other interesting stories from the IT and science worlds. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time. Goodbye.